Welcome to Cooking with Rod. I got a great recipe for you today, so here we go. These classic stuffed cabbage rolls are tender, hearty, and packed with old-fashioned comfort. Soft cabbage leaves are wrapped around a savory beef and rice filling. Then gently simmer in a rich tomato sauce until perfectly tender. This is a timeless family recipe that's perfect for Sunday dinner, meal prep, or freezer meals. Follow along step by step for foolproof cabbage rolls every time. Preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. Bring a large pot of salted water to a boil. Carefully remove the core from the cabbage. Very carefully lower that into the pot of boiling water. Carefully remove the leaves from the head of cabbage as they loosen up, and place those on a parchment lined sheet tray. And you can very carefully cut out the large rib that's in the middle of the leaf. And we're gonna chop our onions and mince our garlic. Now in a large bowl we're gonna add our ground beef and our cooked white rice. Then we're going to add in our garlic and onions, and add in the eggs and the salt and pepper. We're going to mix that gently with our clean hands. Right, let's get rolling. So we will lay one cabbage leaf flat on our cutting board. Place about 2 or 3 tablespoons of filling near the base of the leaf. Then we're going to fold in the sides and roll it up nice and tight. Then we're going to repeat with the remaining leaves until the pan is full. Set those aside until needed. Now we're going to make our sauce, so pour your crushed tomatoes into a medium-sized bowl. Then add in the tomato sauce and your brown sugar. Next is your paprika, and last is your salt and pepper. Then we're going to stir that up until thoroughly mixed. Then we're going to spread a thin layer of sauce on the bottom of a large Dutch oven or a deep baking dish. We're going to arrange the cabbage rolls seam side down. You want to keep doing that until the dish is completely full. Pour the remaining sauce over the top and spread it out evenly. I'm going to cover that with some foil paper. We're going to place that in the oven for about 90 minutes. Let that rest for about 10 minutes before serving. Then we're going to serve that up on a plate and spoon any extra sauce over the top and garnish with a little bit of parsley. Okay, if you're doing meal prep, you need to let these cool completely at room temperature. Do not cover them till they've completely cooled down, otherwise you will get condensation. So we can either transfer those into an airtight container, or if we're doing it in the fridge, we can just keep it in the baking dish. And we're going to spoon any extra tomato sauce we have over the rolls to keep them moist. And we're going to cover them tightly with the lid or with plastic wrap if you're leaving it in the container. Store in the refrigerator for up to 4 days. Now if you're putting them in the freezer, you need to put them all in freezer safe containers. Cover them with sauce. Write the date on there. They will last for up to 3 months in the freezer. So if you're going to reheat those in the oven, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. Then you want to cover those tightly with foil. If these are from the refrigerator, you want to heat them for 25 to 30 minutes. And if you're reheating them from the freezer, again you want to cover those with foil. And place those in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes. Then you want to remove the foil for the last 5 minutes of cooking. And let those rest for 5 minutes before serving. If you're gonna do those on the stovetop, place the cabbage rolls in a saucepan or a skillet. Cover with a lid and heat on low. Very gently turn them halfway through. Heat until hot throughout, about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, if you're gonna heat those in the microwave, place 1 or 2 cabbage rolls in a microwave safe dish. Spoon any extra sauce over the top. Then you want to loosely cover that with some plastic wrap. Heat that on medium power for about 2 minutes, then turn the rolls. Heat an additional 1 to 2 minutes until hot. Rest for 1 minute before eating. So there you go, cabbage rolls. We got some chef notes for you. Okay, you want to use large green cabbage. Savoy cabbage works too, but the leaves are smaller and more delicate. If the leaves won't peel off easily, just boil them for another 1 to 2 minutes instead of forcing them. Shave or V-cut the thick ribs so the leaves stay intact and roll evenly. Do not overmix, mix just until combined. Overmixing makes the rolls dense. The rice must be cooked. Using raw rice will result in undercooked filling. Always keep the rolls lightly covered in sauce to prevent drying during cooking and reheating. Pack the rolls tightly in the dish so they hold their shape. Cabbage rolls taste even better the next day as the flavors will meld. Freeze fully cooked rolls in sauce for the best texture after reheating. Gently reheat, low and slow, keeps the cabbage tender and prevents splitting. So there you go, cabbage rolls. Enjoy. Alright, thanks for watching Cooking with Rod. All the ingredient amounts and instructions on how to make this recipe will be down below in the description box. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share with your friends.